Hello everyone, my name is Fernanda and I so welcome you to my scratch tutorials. Please, I want you to look at my other channels too. I really welcome you and I'm very happy that you are listening to this. Please subscribe to this channel because you're going to see so many YouTube videos. And please click the like button, put a comment down below, and I want you to turn on your notifications so that if there is any notification, any new video, you will be alerted immediately. So please follow me on YouTube. So let's get straight to the point. I welcome you, and this is the tutorial for the maze game. The maze game. I made a new tutorial maze game. I've been practicing for this for like 2 days now, and I got it. Now, my scratch tutorial 5, the last one, I told you that I'm preparing a football game. Yes, I'm going to prepare that, but I find that I should do something else for now. That later I'm going to do the football game, that which I refer to you as the best. It may not be the best. People may have done something better than that, but I think it's going to be best because I'm going to be joining many things together. That there's going to be a goalkeeper, there will be players, there will be so many things, people, there will be noise background, the way people talk and the way people do sing during the football, there's going to be there. So this is a maze game. This maze game is going to be totally wonderful. You understand very well. There are going to be many, I think there will be many levels, and also you don't have to draw the maze yourself. Scratch, you draw it. We will program Scratch to draw the maze itself. So let's get straight to the point. Please don't forget to go to my other videos. Please, let's get straight to the point without wasting any time. So the first thing we're going to do now is to name this Scratch project. We are going to name our project Maze Game. There we go, Maze Game. So there we go. So now the next thing we are going to do is we are going to go to, so this is part 1 of the maze game. There's going to be another part. So the first thing you're going to do is going to delete this cat sprite. You delete the cat sprite and then you go to your black backdrops. Yes, the backdrops. And here we are going to fill the entire screen with pure black. So we go to our fills and we turn it to pure black. So you make the color 0, the saturation 0, and the brightness 100. That is pure. And the brightness 25. You can make it 25, although you can make it something else. Okay, I'm sorry. I mean you're going to make it just pure black. Sorry. That means color 0, saturation 0, and brightness 0. And then you can fill the whole place with pure black. So you can go to your make a large square shape to fill the whole screen, and then you can. Yeah, it's already in pure black. Yes, it's already in pure black. So this is just what we need. So this, we can name it black backdrop, or we could even, let's name it, let's name it black backdrop. There we go. So that is the first thing we're going to do. Now we go to our code, and the next thing we are going to do is to create a new sprite. So we paint a new sprite, and it's going to come up automatically. And let's name the sprite bounce. There we go, bounce. So the pen size, the pen size will be 40. it's a lot number, but you understand what we are going to do. You're going to understand what we are going to do. So the pen size 40, and the fill, the color is going to be 0, the saturation 0, and the brightness is going to be 25. There we go, 25. So we have done that, and what we are just going to do is go to our rectangle, which is over here, and we're going to so I'm sorry for the mistake. Sorry, the fill, we have no fill, so I'll just click on this here, and the outline is what is going to be that the color will be 0, the saturation will be 0, and the brightness will be, let's say, 25. There we go. And don't forget the pen size, which is over here, is going to be 40. So right here at the rectangle or square, we will now draw it right here such that it sits here in the middle of the square. So we're going to bring it inside the square. So we want to make it to sit inside the square. So this is in Sprite. So don't name the costume that. So just rename it to costume 1, and then in the Sprite you can name it here bounce. There we go. So this is what we have here. So want it to be, so when you're happy with that, you want it to be in the screen. So now you could just rename it to 0, x0, and y0, so that's gonna be at the middle. So you can see it just stays at the middle. So this is exactly what we want now. So we're going to make a new sprite, and the name of the sprite is going to be called maze. So we could just call it, we're going to name it maze, and this will be responsible for all the sprite drawing. So maze, that is going to be the name of sprite. I could just bring it in the first place. So now what are we going to do? So this is what we're going to do. The costumes we need, this number one, the costumes we need tile. Tile is the first costume we need. So what we are going to do now is to zoom up to when you can see like a handful, like this. So we can move. There we go. Yeah, so this is good. So this is now an handful of the checkered green tiles. Now we're going to change a color to, so just remember that each grid tile is about 4 by 4 pixels in size. So we'll move on to the fill. Let's move on to the outline first, and the outline we need no color for now. So we're going to go to the fill, and the color is going to be 17. There we go. Try and make it exactly 17. There we go. The saturation is going to be 56. So yes, there we go. And the brightness is going to be 100 as it is presently. So this is color of our mix. This is the color of our mix. That is the color of our mix. So what we want to do now is to draw. So now we're going to draw a square that's going to be exactly 8 by 8 pixels in size. So 1 is 4 by 4 pixels. So this is what I mean by 8 by 8 pixels. Just make sure there's a rectangle. So center it to the middle, make it 8 by 8. So there we go. So we could just take this and make sure it's in the middle until it snaps right in the middle. So this is 8 by 8 pixels. And after this, we are going to duplicate this star, which will be the second costume we'll need. So we're going to name this corridor. This is going to be named corridor. There we go. Make that. There we go. Corridor. So that is going to be the name of this sprite. So we're going to select this, and we're going to make it 5 grid squares long. 5 grid squares long. You understand what I'm meaning? So make sure it's not in the middle. You don't care whether it's in the middle or not. So 5 grid squares long. You can count the under to know. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is 5 grid squares long. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then 1, 2, 1, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2. It's a rectangle that's 5 grid squares long. So that is what we need. I'm going to shift my own a little to the side. I want to make it exactly 5 grid squares long. So that is 5 grid squares long. So you don't need that to be in the middle, which means you should not center it. So the outline is going to be, the color, it will be 0, the saturation 100, and the brightness 100. That's what we need for it to be. So to understand how the sprite is being drawn, we're going to add a thin red, we'll go to our lines and add a thin red arrow pointing in right direction. That's what we're going to do. So just a little red arrow, so we won't get confused. So I could just go snap it in. So just to understand the way the sprite is going to be, so we're going to snap it in the middle, the center. There we go. So that is what we are going to do. That way, just. So now we're going to move to code and click the extension. So we're going to go to the extension right over here at the bottom left. So the extension we're going to pick, we want the sprite. We want the sprite to draw. We want it to draw the maze itself. So we'll not start wasting time on drawing things like that. So we're going to click on pen, and it's going to add in. There we go. These are the pen blocks. So now it's time to code. So we're going to be coding the maze, not the bounds. The bounds, but we're going to be coding the maze. Just look here to see that. So that is what we are going to be coding. So what we are going to do is we're going to go to our event block and bring out a when flag clicked block. Then we go to our pen and click on erase all. So when the flag is clicked, it will erase all. So we then go to our variables. What we are going to do is we are going to delete this my variable. So we're just going to delete the my variable and make a new variable. And the name of the variable, this is for all sprites, and the name of the variable is going to be tile size. That is the name of the variable for all sprites. Okay, click on OK, and that is it. So what we are going to do is we want to scale from current, 12 pixels to become 40 pixels because there are 12 pixels in our costumes of the maze. So now what we're going to do is to bring out this set tile size to, we go to our operators. So we want to do the maths now, the maths concerning this. We want it to be 40 pixels, but presently there are 12 pixels. So I want to do the maths now. So what we want to do is to set size, which is the tile size. So we're going to set the tile size to 40. So for first going to set the tile size to 40. So afterwards what we want to do is to go to our looks, and we're going to bring out a set size to 100. Size 100. Let me just put this at 0 and this at 0. There we go. So we're going to set the tile size to this, but we want to change it because we set the tile size to 100%, and what happened is this is 12 pixels, so 12 pixels, this sprite, but we want it to be 40 pixels. So what we want to do is the maths behind it. We're going to go to our operators and we're going to pick the divide sign, because if we set size 100 means 100 divided by 12 is going to be 1. It means that because we set the size to 100%, so we're just going to write here 100, and over here we're going to write 12. So there we go. So I'm going to put it in here, and we are going to multiply that by tile size. So bring this out and bring multiplication sign over here and put this at the first space there, and we're going to multiply it by tile size. So we go to our variables